I killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? Only the fuck you get play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore.
It wasn't supposed to get this heated. At the first official face-off between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, tensions exploded backstage as two of the greatest boxers of their era clashed, forcing security to step in. No one knows exactly what was said, but one thing was obvious. This wasn't a friendly promotional moment. Ego versus glory, legacy versus legacy, colliding in a way boxing hasn't seen in years. And it didn't calm down once they sat across from each other. It only got worse. As the lights came on, both tried to hold it together, but Floyd's eyes told the truth. He wasn't there to entertain, to joke, or to play the billionaire persona he'd built for 2 decades. Crawford, calm and collected, showed no fear, but you could tell he was ready for whatever Floyd was about to bring.
For years, every day in boxing, I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai.
The conversation started off normally. Discussions about agreements, negotiations, and the usual back and forth over who deserved what. But everything shifted the moment the question of who is the best of this era came up.
The fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Crawford lifted his chin. Floyd's body tightened. And for the first time in years, you could see real anger in Floyd's eyes. It wasn't because Crawford disrespected him. Floyd knew exactly why this moment was happening. Everyone knew. It all started when Canelo Alvarez publicly said that Crawford was better than Floyd. And that single comment lit a fire that brought them to this showdown.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era.
The internet erupted after one simple idea. If Crawford beats Canelo, he becomes the face of the sport. Suddenly, boxing fans started saying things Floyd has never allowed anyone to say. That someone might have surpassed Mayweather.
Is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound-for-pound fighter right now.
The internet erupted after one simple idea. If Crawford beats Canelo, he becomes the face of the sport. Suddenly, boxing fans started saying things Floyd has never allowed anyone to say. That someone might have surpassed Mayweather.
70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
That's what set everything off. The one button you never push with Floyd Mayweather. The suggestion that someone might surpass him ignited the fire, and now, at 47 years old, he's stepping in to face the most dangerous fighter alive because of it.
You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
After the fight, the press conference only made things worse. Floyd didn't talk endlessly like he used to. This time he was serious, focused, and not even trying to be funny. He spoke about legacy, about protecting what he'd built. He wants this fight because he refuses to let anyone take his place.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your...
Okay, that's enough.
After the fight, the press conference only made things worse. Floyd wasn't his usual non-stop talking, joke-cracking self. This time he was serious, focused, and all business. He talked about legacy, about protecting the spot he spent his whole life building. He's fighting because he refuses to let anyone take that away. On the other side, Crawford looked at Floyd like he was just another name on the list. No anger, no fear. This fight is different for Crawford. He already has more wins than Errol Spence. He already beat Canelo, and he's silenced every critic he's ever had. Does he need Floyd? Not at all. But he wants him.
Wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
For years, people asked Crawford early in his career whether he could beat Mayweather, and he always dodged the question. He never gave a clear answer or fueled the debate. That was a long time ago.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number 1, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play.
Today, Crawford openly says he would have beaten Floyd even at Floyd's peak. That single statement was enough to ignite the fire that started this entire feud.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
Crawford now openly says he would have beaten Floyd in his prime, and that was enough to ignite the entire feud. You could see Floyd getting angrier as reporters talked, not because of what Crawford said on stage, but because of what Crawford represents. A new king, the best fighter alive today. And Floyd doesn't like that one bit.
Boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Unless we're talking about Floyd. And listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather. So we're in there with fighting.
The media also began talking about Floyd's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, but no one is treating it like a real fight. It's seen as entertainment, a big payday where two legends touch gloves, nothing more.
Like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to.
The news shifted to Floyd's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, with most people acting like it's nothing more than a fun exhibition where two legends touch gloves for a big payday. But no matter how casually it's being sold, it's still Mike Tyson. And if Tyson gets irritated or angry, especially given how much he dislikes Floyd, this so-called show could turn dangerous very quickly.
I had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's asked to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off.
But here's the thing. Crawford matters far more than the Tyson fight. You can see Floyd's entire mood shift the moment Crawford's name is mentioned. He stops being Money Mayweather, the entertainer, and instantly becomes Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated 50-0 boxer who's been itching to get back to work. Floyd knows that beating Crawford at his age would settle everything forever, and Crawford knows that beating Floyd, even an older Floyd, would still be the biggest achievement in the sport. This isn't just business. Crawford understands exactly how good Floyd is.
Have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got?
Many people thought Crawford would retire after his fight with Canelo, believing he had nothing left to prove. He had already dominated his weight class, and few expected him to beat a bigger opponent, but he did. His impact on the sport was already undeniable.
Against Terence Crawford is the fight, and that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved.
But Crawford made the bold choice. He wants Floyd because he wants to settle the debate once and for all. He doesn't want fans saying, he's great, but he never fought Floyd. He aims to end that argument by taking on the man who dominated boxing for 20 years.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. They both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
But Crawford made the tough choice. He wants Floyd because he wants to settle the debate once and for all. Fans shouldn't be able to say, he's great, but he never fought Floyd. He wants to end that argument by facing the man who dominated boxing for 2 decades. On top of that, Crawford is a true competitor, one of the last real rivals in the sport. He doesn't seek easy fights. He wants the toughest challenges. And that determination is putting him in hot water. Some ask, why fight an older Floyd? Why not take on Boots Ennis? And they're not entirely wrong.
Career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win and fly in color, a fashionate way. You know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's gonna sell a little bit because your name is what you just accomplished.
Boots is still very much in his prime, and boxing fans and experts alike have long said he's the best matchup for Crawford. His style mirrors Crawford's, switching stances, staying explosive, and remaining complex and dangerous every moment in the ring.
A whole lot of sense in the fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jerron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jerron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
It's wild because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense.
The push for a fight with Boots isn't just fan-driven. Every time Boots faces Crawford, he challenges him, eager for the test against someone considered the best of this era. Yet whenever Crawford is asked about it, he shuts it down, saying he's not interested and that the fight doesn't benefit him. Still, speculation hasn't died down. Virgil Ortiz Jr. recently delivered a standout performance and immediately called out Crawford, drawing attention from Oscar de la Hoya, who labeled it the biggest fight at 154, a clash between a great fighter and a legendary star. Fans want it, but the reality is that Crawford has already proven himself, defeating Spence and Canelo. He doesn't need Ortiz to validate his legacy. He fights for historical significance, not just victories. A match with Boots might be entertaining, Ortiz would be notable, but a fight with Floyd? That's the one people will talk about for decades.
Better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Here's where it gets interesting. Floyd isn't as big as Terence Crawford. Crawford has more power, is younger, and stays busier in the ring. Beating Floyd isn't just about taking a hit. Crawford could take control immediately. On the other hand, Floyd could turn it into a defensive masterclass, which would frustrate the younger fighter. At the press conference, Floyd talked about legacy, money, and respect, while Crawford focused on competition, challenges, and proving himself. Both know what's at stake, and the tension between experience and youth, skill and strategy, makes this fight one for the ages.